Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to our bootcamp, to our programming bootcamp. I'm really excited to be with you guys here and teach a little bit of what I've learned also, to share my knowledge. I hope you enjoy the bootcamp and you can get a little bit of knowledge on how tech works, on how programming applications and websites work. It's gonna be really good if you wanna get started uh, on this career of tech, or just learn a little bit more of technology and how everything works. The program is gonna work by a little bit of theory at the beginning, and then I'll just accept. Um, I don't know if we can just leave it open. I'm not sure how to do this, but yeah. So the program is gonna work by a little bit of theory at the beginning, and then by the mid of the class, we will practice what we learned, so you can get more knowledge and how everything really works by watching. So if you can't if you don't have a laptop right now, if you don't have a computer, desktop computer, it's okay. Maybe a tablet would work, or if you only have your phone, it's fine. You can just learn the theory, and then maybe in the future you can practice a little bit, or at home, or when you have a laptop available. I'm send the all the theory and all the code to you guys, so you can also practice at home. It's really important that you can practice at home, and that you, I'm just accepting people, that you read at home also, and practice more, because it's in programming. You will only learn when you practice a lot. So yeah, it's really important that you practice. And let's get started with the class today. And everyone, you really don't have to have any knowledge to learn how to code. So literally everyone can do it, and I promise you guys can also do it. It's gonna be fine. Do you have any questions before we start? Do you want to ask any questions? Like, be free. You can open your microphones and say whatever you want. So I don't feel by myself. I feel like I'm talking by myself. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Do you have any questions, anything to ask before we start? Mm,
For now, no question
okay,
yet.
yeah, I'm guessing no one has questions. Okay, I'm gonna share the PowerPoint. Mm, okay. Okay, so you guys can see the PowerPoint, right? Is it working? Everything is fine? I hope so. I can't see. I'm not sure, but yeah. So today we'll only be getting started. It's the beginning of everything. You'll be understanding how programming works, why programming, and only the basics of programming. It's really for beginners, for whoever never even touched code before. So it's really a beginner's course, a beginner's class, so you can really understand how everything works. And we'll also learn today how to set up the environment, so you guys can start coding even by yourselves. Yeah. So the program schedule for this week, we're doing a 5-day bootcamp. Today we're getting started and learning the basics, just the basics. And tomorrow, day two, we'll learn control flow. Day three, we'll be learning loops. Day four, we'll learn lists and functions. And on day five, we'll together hold a mini project to consolidate everything that we've learned throughout the week. and then you can practice a little bit more. After each class, I'm gonna share with you guys a task so you guys can try and do at home, or send me the solution if you don't have a laptop at home, so you can practice a little bit more, but it's not mandatory. You do whenever you have time. It's just so you can practice a little bit more at home. Okay, so what is programming? Programming is just like giving instructions to a computer so they can do it step by step. If we think in our daily life, it's like cooking, we would say it's like a recipe. A recipe for cooking is like a programming. It's like a program for cooking. We can imagine the recipe being the program, the ingredients being the data, and the chef being the computer. So the chef will be doing the whole cooking. The programming will organize it step by step, every instructions, and the ingredients, which are the data. We put the data in the program, and the computer will then work with this data and follow all the instructions that the program is giving, and then give us an output, which is why we usually see the applications, the websites. It's as simple as that. You just give data to a program, the program gives the instructions, and the computer works. And there are different kinds of programming languages. They serve to write instructions to the computer so they can understand. So we have different languages. It's not on this course we'll be learning Python, but each language has their own difference. You can't do the same as you do in Python on Java or on CSS or HTML. They're all different. Some of them serve for specific things, but most of them usually have the same purpose, which is giving a step-by-step instruction to a computer. And as I said, on this course, we'll be using Python, mostly because it's very easy and beginner friendly. It's the language that I also started programming, and that's why I'm also teaching to you guys. So it's very simple to understand. It has a very clear syntax and readability, so you can understand pretty straightforward. There's no a lot of words that you wouldn't understand like on the other programming languages. So that's why we'll be using Python. And also because Colab, which is the environment that we'll be using, it's doesn't need any setup. Python only works on no, Colab only works with Python. It doesn't work with any other language. So that's why I also chose Python, because you'll be able to be coding without having to set up a new environment to install a new application to use the environment. So I just made it really easy so everyone can have access to it. And Python also can be used for tons of different things, like web development, for artificial intelligence, like machine learning, for data science, also for creating games. There are different purposes that we can use Python. If you really want to learn more about it after this course, it's a really great language to master. And yeah, that's why I chose. So the first thing we're learning today, it's the print function. The print function is basically a function that displays a specific message in the screen. That's the most basic function in any language. In Python, that's how we write. It looks a bit like this. We write print, and then we put between quotations mark the thing that we want to write, and the program is gonna show us the sentence that we wrote inside of print. A very important thing is that Python is case sensitive. That means, sorry, do you have any questions? Sorry, if you have any questions, you can just stop me at any point and ask. I'll be happy to answer.
I want to say something, not a question. I just want to say that you're too fast.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I'm so, I'm so sorry. Do you want me to repeat anything? Do you have any questions?
I don't really get the Python.
Okay, yeah, we can go back to Python. Yeah. So Python is a programming language that we'll be using. The programming language it's here. Programming language serves to write instructions to the computer. It's what we'll be using to write our code, and the computer can give the language that we'll be using it's Python, because it's easy and beginner friendly. And it has a really clear syntax and readability, which means that it's just simple to understand. Anyone that speaks English can understand what it's written in Python, which is different from the other programming languages that it's a little bit harder, because they have a lot of specific words. But in Python, it's a bit easier to understand, and that's why we'll be using that. And also, it's very useful for a lot of purposes. For example, web development, artificial intelligence, data science, and games. You can use for very different purposes. And yeah, it's a really good language to master because you can use in various fields. And yeah, do you have any questions about that, or do you want me to repeat some stuff?
No, I don't have any question, but I don't know. I'm pleading if you can slow down a little bit.
Sorry.
I don't know if you can slow down a little bit. Like your teaching is too fast.
Okay, sure. I'll make sure I'll do it a bit slower. Sorry. So yeah, as I was saying before, the first thing we're learning today, it's the print function. Print is a function that displays a specific message in the screen. Just like here, we just write this as a code. We can just write this as a line, print, and then we put the sentence that we want inside of the brackets. It should always be inside of the brackets and between quotation marks. So for everything that we want to display in the screen, for every output, we have to put inside of print. That's why it's the most basic function on every language, either Python or other languages. They all have a form of print. It's just displaying the message in the screen, like it looks here. And a very important thing in Python is that it's case sensitive, which means that as it is here, all the words should start in lowercase. If the words are starting on upper, it would give us an error. And with everything, if you miss, for example, this bracket here, it would also give us an error. So it's very important that we keep this structure when we're coding, and that we follow every structure and every rule, so it doesn't give us like unnecessary errors. And yeah, that's just the print function. Does anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay, we'll move to the next. So that's what we write in the program. And then we have the output, which would be hello world. We'll look at this when we're actually practicing on the environment. But for now, that's just showing you how it works a little bit. Um, the next thing we're learning, which is very important to get started, are variables. Variables are just containers that store data in the program. The program needs, as I said, like a recipe, and the ingredients, and the ingredients are the data. So every program needs data to work, and these are the variables. They look like this. You should name your variable and then add the value to the variable. Each variable has their own name. For example, X, it's 5 in this program. Y, it's John in this program. And you can see here that when you're writing, a word, it should always be in quotation marks, just like here. And then we can then use the print function to display this in the screen, and then just it would look a bit like this. We would have the variable x, which is 5, displayed, and then we would have the variable y displayed, which is John, and it just looks like this. So variables, it's basically just where we would be storing the data that we want to use further on our program. So yeah, and there are
Can I,
different. Sorry.
sorry, can I, I'm sorry to interfere or to
No,
disturb.
that's okay. You
I,
can ask any questions there.
please, would you mind keeping an eye on our messages so that we won't be interfering with voice? Like I sent a message.
Oh,
If most of our questions, I think it's better when we just send it via the message so we don't disturb your talking or interfere. So I
yeah.
don't mind. I don't know if you can please check on the messages and see, and maybe our hand raising. So
Mm.
we just won't be disturbing or just interjecting what you're saying. Sorry about this.
That's okay. That's okay. When I'm presenting on PowerPoint, I don't know why, but I can't see the Google Meets page. That's why. But I can check the messages. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, sorry, Miss Delsha. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah, people are saying that they're asking to be let into the class.
Yeah. I just let them enter. Yeah.
Ah,
Enter.
okay, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good evening,
That's it.
everyone.
Yeah. It's just because
Good
when I'm
evening.
on the PowerPoint page, I
Good
can't use
evening.
the
Yeah,
the.
okay. Maybe you assign someone. If Miss Nena or Naomi is there, you can assign someone to be letting people in or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All
I can.
right. Thank you. Bye.
That's okay. Thank you.
Hmm.
Um. I'll assign is Naomi okay? I'll assign Naomi. If you can just let mm, how do I change the I'm not sure how to change the host. Um but I'll make sure I'll try to keep track because I don't know how to assign the host here. But yeah. Uh so Fumi has asked, you mean for every code line print must be written first? Not for every code line. Only whenever you want to display a sentence or whatever. When you want to display something in the program or in the computer, you have to have the word print. For example, here the X and 5 Y John. It's not written print because we don't want to actually show this in the program. We just want to store this data. It's like variables will be like boxes. This box will be called X, and the box X only keeps 5 inside of it, and the box Y only keeps John inside of it. And we just want to store this data, and whenever we want to show and display this data on the computer, we would then use the function print. Here, different from this one, print. It's here we print inside of quotation marks. Hello world, it's inside of quotation marks. But on this one, the print the thing that we're printing, it's not inside of quotation marks because it's only variables. There are not words that we're printing, so we don't need to put them inside of quotation marks. I hope that makes sense, that we don't have to write print for every line of code. Um, Let me, yeah, okay. So, oh, wait. Okay, so moving forward for we have here the variables, and then we have tons of different types of variables, which we call data types. They store very different data types. For example, sentences, we call them strings. Whole numbers, we call them integers. Decimal numbers, we call them float. And then true or false values, we call them boolean. That's the data type for each variable. For example, here, the data type for x would be integer because it's a whole number, and the data type for John would be a string because it's a text or a sentence. It could be also a sentence, but we should always know which data type we're using. We don't need to declare like in other programming languages, but we should always keep track of which data type we're using, because there are different ways of managing them. So yeah, we have here the different data. I'm gonna share with you the PowerPoint, so you can then read more if you want, or if you didn't understand something. And if you have any questions for now, do you understand the data types or no?
Please, can you kindly explain the data types again?
Yeah, sure. So for each variable, we have a different data type. So you understood how the variables work, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So for each variable, we need to have a data type. So for it's just saying what kind of data is inside of this box. We just need the program to know which kind of data is inside of this box, because each data type works differently. So for sentences or text, we call them strings. For whole numbers, we call them integers. For decimal numbers, we call them float. And for true or false values, we call them boolean. That's the computer language. That's how we would call text or whole numbers or decimal numbers or true or false values. We would call them this instead of calling them actually text or whole numbers or decimal numbers. It's just assigning a name for each variable, you know. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. So then, for as I said, for Python, we don't need to declare the variables, because Python already has the built-in. But for other programming languages, you would probably need to declare what the variable is, if the variable is a string, if the variable is an integer. But for Python, we wouldn't need that. Python already knows that when we're using a whole number, it's an integer, and when we're using a string, a text, it's a string. So that will be okay for us. So now the last thing we're learning today is input or output. Input, it's when a program asks the user for data, and the output, it's displays this result. As I said, when we're using print, we output something. And input, it's just when the program wants to ask something to the user and wants the user to enter something. As it looks here in this code, for example, when we're asking the user to enter some kind of input, we have to assign a variable. Also, we have to assign a variable a name. For example, here the variable is called the name, but it could be called anything. It doesn't need to be called name. You can put. It's good that the variable has a name that matches the meaning, that matches the data that they're storing, but it can be called anything. For example, here it's called name, and then we have this format where we are asking the user to enter something. So we put input first, and then we write whatever we are asking in quotation marks, and then they'll have the opportunity to input something, to enter something in the program. And the thing that they're entering in the program, it's gonna be the new value for this variable. So imagine it would be written a bit like this. Imagine they're asking enter your name. Someone will be will be answering gigs for gigs. They'll be entering gigs for gigs. And then when we're printing, like it's here, we'll when we're printing and we put here, for example, the name of the variable, which is name. When we print it here, it's gonna be gigs for gigs. It's gonna be hello, and then we have to add the comma, so we separate what's a string, what we're writing in a string, and the variables, and it's just gonna display the name, the whatever value it's in the variable. It's gonna be displaying in the print, and it's gonna be also displaying on the screen. I think that it's a little bit confusing, but did you understand a little bit what I meant or no?
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't understand.
No?
I really
Okay.
don't get that part. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can repeat that. So let me just oh, Indu also has a question. You can ask me, Indu. It's okay. Okay. So basically, an input, it's when the program is asking for the user for a data. For example, when you're filling a form, there's the part of the form where it's like, enter your name, enter your age, enter whatever they're asking for. So the whatever for us to actually enter our name, that's called input. We will be answering whatever they're asking us. Here, for example, so we can ask the user to enter some data. We have to use this structure here, where we have a variable name, where the user will be storing the value inside of this variable. Whatever the user enters, it's gonna be stored on this variable, and then we can use then the value in this variable for whatever we want. Here we used the variable to print the name and with some other words. And yeah, we just have to follow. Just have to follow this structure where you have the variable name. It could be any name. It doesn't need to be actually the word name, but it can be any variable name. It doesn't need to be this. And then we put the word input here, so the computer knows that we're asking the user for some kind of data. If it was an integer or a float, we would have to also let the computer know that it's an integer or a float. But this I will explain a little bit later. And then inside of the input, we write whatever we're asking for, how it looks here. Enter your name, and then we give the space so the user can answer. I'm gonna show how this will work in a program. The user will be able to write their name, and then with the print function, you can display a message that you want. Here we wrote hello, and then we displayed the value that is in here. We displayed the value that's in here. We displayed in here, and we wrote also the word welcome. And then instead of name in here, it actually shows the name that the person entered in here, as you can see. Did it make sense?
Sorry, please. Some people are waiting to be let into the call. Please, can you add them into the call?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions about?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit clear now.
Sorry.
It's a little bit clear now. I get it.
When we're actually coding, it's gonna be a little bit easier to understand because we're actually gonna see the result and the output. But someone asked, you mean the input will be saved by the computer? So whatever the user inputs will be what the computer displays along with other things. Yes, that's exactly what it means. Yeah, that's yeah, the data in the variable will be stored and then you can use this data for whatever you want. You can display, you can use for other purposes. If it was an integer, you could use to make calculations. It really now we'll be doing a little bit of practice. I'm gonna share with you. I think you already have the Colab, but I'm gonna share with you if no one, someone doesn't have the Colab link, so we can all answer. And then I'm gonna share my screen. Can what we're doing. If you don't have a phone, it's okay. You can just watch how it works, so it makes a little bit more sense. Please let me know when you're on collab already and when you have this. Let me know when you on this. I'm guessing everyone already has a Google account and has tried. Can you let me know if you are on this page? You can see this page on your computer. Yeah. Anyone
Yes.
else?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna be doing here is anyone not in here that needs a little bit more of time? We can wait. No, everyone? Okay. So we'll start, I guess. Okay. Okay, we'll start anyways. So the first thing we'll be doing is to create a notebook. Just click here, and then this page. Yeah, this page will be showing that's the environment that we'll be using to write our code. We can change the name here, so we can save it, and then you can go back to it. We can put it day one. Okay, we can just name the file so we can then go back to it. I'll just accept someone as entered. Okay. Yeah. So the first thing that we learned in theory and now we're putting in practice, it's how print works. So we're just gonna write how we see. It's programming is a lot of copying of how it looks. You don't have to create anything new. You just have to copy whatever it's written, and it's gonna show the same thing. For example, if we just write "Hello World" in here, and then we use this button to run. We'll connect. It will take a little bit of time, and it just shows here whatever we wrote. Whatever we wrote in here, it's gonna be showing here. Just as easy as that. For example, if we wanted to display a number, it would be, instead of using quotation marks, we would just put the number there. For example, this will be for integers. For integers, we don't need quotations mark. For booleans also, we don't need quotation mark. Booleans need to be in uppercase, as you can see here. If we put For example, if we put in lowercase, it's not gonna show anything. It's gonna show an error. So it needs to be in uppercase all the time. Then it would show. Also for false, it would also it needs also to be in uppercase. But as you can see here, and I said before, when Python it's case sensitive, so print should always start print, and any other phase that we're starting, it needs to be lowercase. If we use uppercase here, it would also give us an error, just like the anything that's different from what it's supposed to be, it's gonna show us an error. So it's really easy to get errors. So it's really important to pay attention on how are you writing. You shouldn't be some things you should be writing lowercase, some things you should be writing in uppercase. That's why it needs a lot of practice, because you need to be doing this a lot of times to always be remembering that. And also, for example, if you miss a bracket here, it's already gonna show red because it's wrong. If you miss, for example, the quotation mark here, it's also not gonna work. So you really need to be following this pattern to the program to work. So the first thing we're doing is just printing a normal sentence like hello world. We also print an integer, which is 30, and we also print a boolean, which is false. But for now, we'll just use a hello world. If we print again, it's only gonna show hello world. And then the next thing we can do is to create a variable. We can create, for example, age. We just name the variable age, and then we add the value that we want in the variable. For example, I'm 20. I'm just gonna put 20 as the age, and the 20 it's not gonna show. The only thing that's gonna show it's print. Whenever we run the code, the only thing that's gonna show it's whatever it's written in print. The variables will not be shown in the code. If you want to show a variable in the code, you will need to put them in print. So we would be printing this variable, not the number. If you want to print the number, you also can, but whenever you want to print the variable, you have to put the name of the variable inside of print, and then it will print the value that's on the variable, in the variable, not the actual name. It's gonna print the value in here. Yeah, does anyone have any question about that, about printing or variables, how they're stored? If you have any questions, just ask me.
Please, the people are waiting to be let into the call.
I think I've accepted everyone. It doesn't show anyone else here. Okay, no, yes, okay. Yeah. So I guess everyone managed to also do that on the computer. Is that right? Okay. Okay, that's good. So as I said, you can just add values to the variables. And the rule that we learned is that when we're writing strings, for example, I'll put surname. As we're writing strings for the variables, we need to put the strings in quotation marks. It cannot be like this. For example, I couldn't be writing like this. This wouldn't be a string. This wouldn't work at all. That's why it shows here this yellow thing, because it's an error. For strings, it needs to be inside of quotation mark for it to be a string. I'll just accept. For it to be a string, it needs to be in quotation marks so it doesn't give us errors. And just like I said, you can just print them just like it is, or you can write more things in the print and then print it. It would look like this. You could write your surname is, and then we could So point, and then we have to, when we are adding text and then variables and then text, we need to put comma outside of the quotation marks, so the computer knows that we're adding a variable to the print. We're adding the, for example, surname. It's outside of the quotation marks. It shouldn't be inside of the quotation marks, and we should always be adding a comma between. We could just make it look like this, and if we run this code, it would look like this. Your name is so we don't need quote space. Your surname is Souza. We could just make it look like this, or we could also add more text after that. And then for the next text, we also need quotation marks again, and then we would say like you and you are okay, and you are and then we add the age, the variable age, so it shows the actual age. So your surname is Souza and you are 20. We could add more years old, so it looks good. So yeah, your name is Souza and you are 20 years old. And yeah, that's basically how print and variables work. It's as simple as that. You could change the someone needs to participate. Okay, so you can change the you can for example, if you want to add another age, instead of 20, now the person is 21. Yeah, now the person is 21. Okay, so now the person is 21. The new age, even though here it's 20, the last line counts. It's the one that counts. So the new age would be 21. If we print this again, I'm just gonna make a space so it's not crowded. So we just add this to make space. And if we print this same phrase again, the new age would be 21 instead of 20, because this line is the counts, not the 20, not this line would count. So yeah, that's how variables and strings work. Variables, strings, integers, and booleans and floats work. It's really simple when you practice a lot. It's not difficult at all. So the more you practice, the more you will get to it. Do you have any questions? Sorry. Do you have any questions? It's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, now about input and output. Whenever one thing that's very important that it's not in the slides, but it's very important to learn are comments. Yeah, I'll share with you the recordings afterwards. Yeah, it's recording and I'll share with you. So yeah, another important thing that it's really good to learn, and it's a really good practice between programmers, it's comments. For comments, we just put a hashtag before and write the comments that we want. We can use comments for anything. It's really good when you are sharing your code with other people and they
You just don't have sense. Your sense is not inside your ears. Now why?
say. I can't really understand Opeyemi. Oh.
No, sorry, I wasn't confused.
Okay, that's okay. So yeah, comments.
I was
Sorry.
sorry, I don't understand you. When everybody hearing that your sense is inside your ears.
Oh, well, I'm gonna continue. I can't really understand what she's saying, but yeah, comments are a really good practice whenever you want to share your code with other people and you want to explain, because comments are not part of the actual program. They're just text used to explain what the code is doing. This is not gonna be shown in the program. It's not gonna be displayed at any place. It doesn't store any data in the memory. It's just a form of explaining your code. For example, I can explain here that I'm displaying my age and name. It's just a form of it's really good when you want to share your code with other programmers or with other people. You want to a little bit more complicated. But yeah, it's just a good practice that's important to learn, and if you want to explain something. But then after we talk about input, so now we can create another variable for our input, which it could be called name. It shows us here. We just write the input just like it's on the PowerPoint. We just follow this rule. We write input, put in brackets, and then write something between in the quote. Do you have to put comments on every code line? No, you have to put comments on every code line. You just whatever you think it's a good place in which people wouldn't understand what you're actually doing. When it's a little bit difficult here, everything is very clear. You wouldn't need to put any comments in this part of the code because everything is very clear. You just have print. But when the code gets a little bit more difficult, a little bit more there's a little bit more of stuff, a lot more of stuff. It's good to put the comments to organize stuff, to organize everything to section, and yeah. But for now, it's good. You don't need to be using comments on this part of the code. But yeah, for input, then yeah, okay, that's good. So yeah, for input, we just follow the structure. We write input outside, and then we put brackets, and in the quotation marks, we ask whatever we want to ask. For example, what is your name? We can ask this, and it's gonna be I'm gonna put like a space, so it's not with the others. It's not together. So yeah, if we run this, it's gonna be like this, and then the user, which is also me, I'm gonna be writing my name here, and this name that I stored here, this name is gonna be stored in the variable name. This variable now, every time I print this variable, if I print this variable, it's gonna be showing the name that I put on the input. For example, it's gonna be, every time you run, it's gonna ask for input, because every time you run, it runs every line again. Every line is running again. So yeah, whatever thing I write in here, and I put enter, it's gonna be showing here. It's gonna be stored in the variable name. So every time I use a variable name for anything, if I write your name is, and then put the variable name here, it's gonna show the name that the user input, just like this. Yeah, so it's gonna be just looking like this. Yeah, as I said also before, you can use variables to make calculations. For example, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer. So yeah, we can use also to make calculations. For example, if we call the variable x, if we call the number 5x, and then if we call the number 2 y, we can use this variable to make any calculations. For example, we can do x. We can, and then if we want to show and display in the screen, we then need to put inside of print and then make the calculation. And for this, we don't need to put in quotation marks. Only strings need to be in quotation marks when we're printing. For other things, you don't really need to put in quotation marks. Only strings. Only text. Yeah, strings are text. So then we can make any calculation. For example, x plus y. And then when we do this, create this here. When we do this, I'm gonna actually put this as a comment so it doesn't show in the program. When I put a hashtag before a line, it doesn't show in the program, and then I have to put everything that has this variable in comment. So then when we're showing it shows here the result of 5 plus 2, which is x, which 5 is x, and then 2 is y. That's why when we do x plus y, it shows 7 here. But if you put this outside of print, it wouldn't show any. No, it shouldn't show anything. Oh wait. X minus 1. Oh yeah. So when it's outside of print, it doesn't really show anything on the screen because it's not inside of print. Only the things that are inside of print can be displayed on the screen. So you can do this for any calculation. You can also do x minus y, or x minus y, or x times y. Times, we use this symbol here for times, and that's how it would look. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you understand. If you have any questions, you can just ask me here or after. Do you have any questions now? Is everything clear? I guess no questions. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I hope everything's clear here. If you have any questions, you can just maybe go back to the presentation, just ask me. I'll be happy to answer. I'm gonna just give you a simple task. If you want to practice a little bit more, you can just do this and then let me know how it went. Just ask the user to input 2 numbers and then make calculations using the user input and display these results. Try making a code that will do this and display the results, and then let me know if it was too hard or if you managed to do this. So it's just a little bit more of practice. It's not mandatory. So yeah, I'm gonna be sharing with the there's a question: is it compulsory to input quotation mark in every context? No, it's not mandatory. I'll show it in here. It's not mandatory to add quotation marks in every context, only when it's a phrase or a text. Whenever it's a variable, it is outside of the quotation marks and between comma when there are other text, but it could be just like this without quotation marks. When it's a variable, it is outside of quotation marks. Also, not only for variables, but also for integers or floats or booleans, you don't need to put inside of quotation marks, just like here. Only text needs to be inside of quotation marks, either for variables or for when you're printing. Only text needs to be inside of quotation marks. Did you understand the Hindu? Was that clear? I hope that was. I hope you understand. Okay. Okay. So yeah, here is the task if you want to practice a little bit more. Also to whoever attended, I'm gonna share. Wait, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna share a link with everyone, so you can enter your attendance, so we can keep track of everyone who was here. So please fill out this form, and I'm gonna also send the code, so you can enter the code, so we know who was in the class. The code is 45 392. You can just enter your name. You will just need to enter your name, the date of the class, and this code, so we can know who was in the class and who attended the class. Yeah, the lectures will be able for revision. We'll be sharing with you the recording, so you can also practice at home and see it again. Yeah, and also I'm gonna share the PowerPoint, so you can see what the task is, and also read again if you need, or if you didn't understand something. And it's really good if you practice. And yeah, it's very important if you practice a lot. If you really want to learn how to code and programming, it's really important to be practice a lot. And yeah, if you do you have any question? Did you manage to enter your attendance? Can you let me know if you entered the attendance or not?
Where's the code?
The code is I sent in the chat, but I'll send it again. That's the code. The link, Sadia said that the link is not opening. Is it not opening for someone else?
Can you please resend it?
Yeah, I'll resend the link. Yeah, I just resend the link. Try entering again, maybe. Okay. I hope the class was clear to everyone. I hope you understood a little bit more of the basics. We'll have another class tomorrow at the same time. I'll look forward to see everyone. And yeah, I hope you understood. Try and practice a little bit more at home, and maybe watching the recording again, or reading the PowerPoint again. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for attending. Thank you for your participation. And I'll see you tomorrow with more programming content.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Have a nice evening. Bye.
I can't open the attendance link on my side. The chat is not even opening.
And now that's because yeah. Just click on the redirect link. It will take you to the attendance.
I don't know. I think it's my network. I don't know if they can share it somewhere else. I can't even open it. It's just not opening at all. Like the message part of I don't know. I don't know
To
if my
me, the
network.
link is not opening itself. The link is not opening. I don't know whether you can resend the link to us so that
The
we
on
can
maybe on
submit
the
the achievement. On a meeting. On a Zoom meeting. Gashi na meeting na nake. Da ina ina ɗaga hannu na sa mun gama meeting ɗin a yanzu. Mun gama class.